I'm going to begin this video today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather, being the Bunurong of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respect to their elders past and present. That front door looks like a timber door when in actual fact it's a high performance UPVC door with double glazed panels throughout. On the left here, you'll see the plaque, certified passive house. This house was number 10 in Australia to be certified and the first in metropolitan Melbourne. We move into the first room on your right, and up in the corner there, you'll see a disc, and that is where fresh air is being delivered into this room. Passive house has to have a ventilation system, HRV, heat recovery ventilation systems. And so all the living areas have a fresh air supply coming in, and all the showers, toilets and bathrooms and kitchen have an exhaust area. So I point to the ceiling there, and you'll see those two discs, and that's where the air is being exhausted or drawn out from the fresh air supply in. Moving down, the next room on your right is a bedroom, and I'm going to point to the exhaust vent, the supply vent there. So the two bedrooms either side of the bathrooms are getting fresh air to it, and then it's being drawn out through the bathroom. Out there is a deck with a ornamental grapevine, which is about to be stripped. This is a critical element to how the house functions. Just across there, that door there, again, is a UPVC high performance door, which is effectively the outer shell of the thermal frame of the house. That's through to the double garage. Move round to the living space in here. And apart from the vents up in the ceiling that I'm going to point to, and those two discs in the centre of the frame, that's fresh air coming in. And then I'm going to move across, and if you can just see in the centre of the frame, hanging between the two pendants, there's that white disc, and then that's an exhaust point for the kitchen. So those other two were fresh air in, and that's an exhaust point there. I'm going to move around and show you that veranda pergola again. And that's a giant solar collector. So if I look across, you're looking through to the glazed area of that bedroom we were just in, and I'm going to swing around. And if we look through and through the other side, that's the glazed area to the master bedroom. So this is a giant solar collector that heats up in winter from direct sun. The centre of the frame there is a hopper window that tilts in of the clear story windows. Panning around to the right, there's that other small square, is another hopper window that actually tilts in. You can open those up so when the house becomes too hot, you can actually ventilate air down or let it escape. I'm going to slowly swing round. And there, what looks like a door is in actual fact a window. It's a traditional European tilt and turn. And you can tilt it or you can open it wide up, and so the cool air from the south can come in, so the air can ventilate out those top two hopper windows. I'm just going to move back around and show you the living area again. This is significant because it's 6 metres deep, and in winter, including the sun coming in from the clear story windows, that whole floor space to the back wall and halfway up the back wall is covered in bright sun, when the sun's out, of course. On those days, I'll be walking around with sunglasses, shorts and bare feet because it's just so warm in here. And obviously behind the plaster is the airtight liner. So most of the magic of the airtight seal you can't see. In fact, apart from the vents in the ceiling, you'd have no way of knowing that this really was that different from a traditional house. As I indicated, going through that door there to the right of the fridge, you turn right and that's the master bedroom there. On the back side of the master bedroom is an ensuite and there's a powder room behind the fridge there. I'm going to move down here to the left, and behind the kitchen is a well-stocked pantry. It functions very well. By the way, the design of this house is our own. We designed it ourselves. We did not need an architect to draw it up. Just past living experiences determined what was needed for us, and it's a single level house with no lips once you're inside the front door. This is the laundry. Now, what's so magic about this? Well, again, I look up in the ceiling, there's a disc, and that's an exhaust point. What that means is and ventilation systems run 24/7, 365. They're hugely economical. And so we've got warm air being drawn through that exhaust point in the laundry here, which means it becomes like a giant drying room, sorry. Above that space of the washing machine was going to be a dryer. We were told we didn't need one by Claire Parry, who was brilliant, a critical component of the design and understanding passive house. So this is just so effective to the degree where even a pair of jeans, wet jeans hung up at night, and they'll be dry in the morning. Most stuff dries within a few hours. So hugely efficient, straight out of the washing machine to the clothesline. I get a bit excited about it because how efficiently it works. Behind here, we're into the beating heart of the house. That big green tube feeds down to the HRV. That's the magic where fresh air comes in and goes through a heat recovery, the heat exchanger, and then brings the fresh air to the rest of the house. So that's obviously very critical to passive house. You have to have one. I will make a comment about cost. We did this for 30% cheaper than what was the lowest estimate that was given to us. We took a lot of time. We took 2 years prior to striking a blow to understand and to do our homework and understand all that. So we did it way cheaper than anybody ever expected, probably around the lower end of custom house prices, certainly more than a volume builder. Thank you.